Welcome to Multifamily Live.
I'm Keely Yarusi.
And I'm Jason Yarusi. Our mission is to help you unlock your full potential as a multifamily real estate investor.
So you can do more deals, bigger deals, with less stress, keep more profit, and free up your time.
Multifamily doesn't have to be a mystery. It's time to go live. And welcome back to Multifamily Live. So super excited to dive in on today's topic. And so much of our life has been thinking about where we want to be or where we aren't or what we don't have or what we wish we have or who's holding us back or what's between us or what we could have done or what still we want to do. But there's always a key, easy process to you getting to where you want in life. And I heard something earlier today and just made complete sense. Michael Johnson, the famous sprinter who, back in Olympics, he was the fastest man alive. Drew Brees, Michael Johnson came to talk to a group when Drew Brees was just really early, and Drew Brees being the famous quarterback over from the New Orleans Saints. And he was asking Michael Johnson, do you have goals? And Michael was like, well, yeah, what I do. He's like, well, how'd you learn to make those goals? And he was like, well, I just did. And he said, well, did you get it in school? And he was like, no. He's like, did you just learn it by making SMART goals, right? Strategic, implement goals. He's like, no. He's like, so how'd you learn to make those goals? And he's like, every time, Michael Johnson came back to him and said, I realized that when I would go to the Safeway, which for you who aren't around a Safeway, it's a supermarket. If I go to the Safeway with 8 items, I'd walk in with my list of 8 items, get those 8 items, pay for them, and leave the supermarket. But I would find that if I went in to the Safeway without a list of what I was to do, here I am 40 minutes later, roaming around aisles, looking at buying nachos and Cheetos and ding dongs and cakes and all these other things that I know I don't need, but because I have no plan, I have no process, right? I have no list of what I need to do, that I'm just aimlessly wondering, even if I know things aren't good for me, because I don't have a track of what it is. And it's so true in life that so many times we know what we need to do, right? We know what we want, right? Oh, I want to get in shape. Okay, work out, eat well. Okay, not that hard, but we find ways not to set ourselves up for the best way to succeed. So I've come down to 4 things that I believe leads anybody to success. And this, honestly, it's going to sound simple, but we're ingrained. We are the most complicated thing on this earth. And so when we think about this, what do we want? We want to complicate anything and everything. We want to make the simple hard, or if it's too simple, we want it to be harder, right? We're grinding, we're doing so hard, right? Well, how many times do we hear someone say, wow, it was just easy, right? And people applaud that. No, people applaud the hard, the grind, because they figured if you're not grinding, if you're not working hard, then it must not be the success, right? But why is it that so many people are on the outside looking into success? Why is it that so many people are really just looking from the outside in at what they thought was the life, but they never could pretty much attract it or achieve it? So here's 4 things that I found clearly lead you down to a path to success. Number 1 is setting an actionable, achievable goal, right? The goal, I want to be rich, means nothing in life. Rich could be happy, healthy, have great kids that have grandkids. That, in many people's mind, is rich, has nothing to do with money. Rich could be, I could make $5,000 a month in passive income that could achieve covering my expenses and I don't have to work anymore. Rich to some may be a mansion on a hill looking over the ocean. What is a goal that is an actionable, definable, achievable goal? And when you get that goal, don't stop there. Dial into what is more of a goal that you want to achieve. It has to be achievable. It has to have steps from the place. You need to set a quantifiable goal, an achievable, definable goal. Number 2, you have to have a plan to get there. The reason it needs to be quantifiable, achievable, attainable is that if I just want to be rich, we could give you anything, right? A rich could be that you had 1 pen and now you have 20. What is the goal? What does rich look like to you? Is it having $1 billion of assets under management? Is it having $100,000 a month in cash flow, just a passive cash flow? Is it being able to just stop on a dime, book a vacation, fly first class, go anywhere in the world with you and your significant others? Because with that goal, we can now make a plan. Okay, I want to achieve $100,000 of passive income through apartment buildings. Well, now we can identify how many buildings do we need to buy? What size of those buildings do they need to be? How many units do they need to be? How much cash flow do those buildings need to produce? Of the partnership, how much of that partnership do I need to retain to go to achieve this goal? How many people do I have to help by finding great investments for those investors to bring them into our ecosphere so we can buy more buildings? What is that plan? So we've identified an actionable, quantifiable, definable goal. We've set a plan to achieve that goal. And now number 3, and this is the most difficult one, is that we have to pivot when the plan is not going to course. And many times in life, our plan, we spend all the time in the plan, and then just like the Mike Tyson quote, everybody has a plan, you get punched in the face. We get out of the gate, get knocked down and said, oh, I knew it wasn't for me. I knew this wasn't right for me. Johnny told me, my mom told me, everybody told me that I couldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I'm a failure. I won't. Everybody else has an opinion of you. But what you have to know is you do not have a perfect plan. You do not know the perfect plan because you have not been down this path before. And you can read how many ever books you want. You can listen to all the audio books. You can go through all the podcasts. You can follow the plan of everyone else. But everyone's stressors, everyone's position, everyone's circumstances are different. So you are going to be faced with circumstances that no one else faces. What may be hard to you may be easy for others. What may be easy for you may be hard for others. But what I do know is that when a plan does not go perfect, if you pivot and get yourself back on the road to that goal, you just keep trucking along. Just keep trucking along. So what is it? That is your plan. And now, when it's not right, you have to have the fortitude. You have to have the strength to stand up and say, okay, I've learned a lesson. I've learned a better question. And now I've learned a way to move forward and continue down this path. So now we've set quantifiable, achievable, actionable goals. We've set out a plan that gives us the first step out of the gate, the second step out of the gate, exactly what we need to do to accomplish our goal. The third piece is to pivot when we find out that our plan is not perfect. And so the pivot doesn't have to be just throw it all away. It may be instead of going at 50 degrees, you may have to go at 51 degrees to get to your destination. That's it. It may be a small piece of the puzzle that needs to change. You have a team. Well, maybe you have someone in the wrong seat, or maybe you need to hire someone because you're spending too much time on things that you don't need to spend time on. And fourth, the number 4 piece, and this is everything, is you have to persevere. You have to keep going. You will never fail if you don't stop. If you continue to go, if you continue to move, if you continue to drive forward, you continue and you have a goal that you're going to get to, you will not fail if you don't stop. I will repeat this again. You will not fail if you don't stop. Every single time you stop, it's hard to get going again. It's hard to get yourself out of the gate. It's the equation of if you times anything by 0, it's 0. Right? It's cheat days in your diet and in your workouts, right? So you could work out every day. So I'm working out today, I'm working out tomorrow, I'm working out the next day, I'm working out the next day. And then Friday, you drink a bunch of beer, you eat, a pizza, you go out for ice cream, right? It's like timesing your life 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5 times 0. Well, that equates to 0 because you've just wiped it all out because you've gone back and where you are. It's setting the narrative that you will keep going. That's the power of compounding in your life, compounding in money, compounding in your results, compounding in your mindset, compounding in your mentality. Take the action to move yourself forward. Do not stop. Les Brown says, if you get knocked down, fall on your back. Because if you can look up, you can get up and you can keep going. If you get knocked down twice, get up 3 times. If you get smacked in the face, keep learning, keep moving forward. The day will be your day. The day will be for you. The day will be in front of you, but you have to take the action to allow yourself to persevere. So set goals, define a plan, pivot when you need to, and keep going and persevere. All right, so this is Multifamily Live. Have a fantastic day. Go out there, crush your day. Let's do this.